Okay. So now we are talking about condition during meditation, after meditation. I mean, whether you do meditation or not, the kind of conditions which are mentioned here, peaceful, joyful, blissful, agitated, restless, content, all these feelings are always there, whether we meditate or not. So why specifically we are talking about conditions in meditation? Can someone answer that or try to answer that? Regardless of our meditation, the conditions are always there. Then why there's so much talk about conditions? Sir, please go ahead.
Do you want me to go?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So the condition, we are aware of it. And these are special conditions which we're not aware when our eyes are open, right? So if we're aware of what's happening during meditation, maybe there is a chance we can carry that with us throughout the day and call on it when there is a bad moment or when we need a respite.
Okay, good. Very good answer. So let's touch a little deeper on this aspect, correct? Our mind, our entire system is engaged in such a way that we are always looking, thinking, dealing with external things in life, external aspects. And these external aspects, we have a reaction to these external aspects. That reaction could be peaceful, that reaction could be restlessness, irritable, many things which happen in our life. In a day-to-day, we go through a lot of different emotions. Sometimes we are stuck on one emotion. So all this we are feeling, seeing. There is a Sanskrit word called drashta. The one is who is seeing. So when we close our eyes, when we go into meditation, at some point, the seeing stops. When the seeing stops, that means your mind is completely off from the external things. When the mind goes off from the external things, it connects with something which we have never felt, thought about, or it was never there in the picture at all. And that is something which we connect to in our meditation. Now that thing is defined as that which cannot be experienced, that which cannot be seen, that which cannot be known. That's how the scriptures have described it. But when the scriptures are describing it, it is talking about all these external faculties we have. Seeing, like, we see it through the eyes and we hear it, we taste it, we feel it. There's so many things. All these are external instruments. When they said cannot be seen, they actually meant these external instruments. But when we go deep into the meditation, when our mind or our entire system is taken off from the influence of all these external instruments, even the mind is an external instrument. When it is taken off, that thing which cannot be seen, which cannot be felt, which cannot be experienced, it happens. That's the secret here. When it happens, it creates a feedback to all our external instruments. Because we are so used to this external feedback, because we are so used to only feeling with these external instruments. Even in meditation, at least we begin feeling with that external instruments, what we call a condition. That's why it is important to observe these external conditions. Okay. Otherwise, no, when I say otherwise, these conditions, if we don't pay attention to, they elude us. And we lose that opportunity to connect. I mean, though we connected, we lose the opportunity of knowing it, feeling it. Okay. And that is why stay vigilant to that condition. That condition is this potent thing, this omniscient thing, this higher thing, the higher soul. They call it Param Atman, means highest soul. Now, every meditation is filled with this opportunity. If we pay attention to that condition, we slowly recognize, realize, and look for more and more. So there is a wonder in connecting with these inner things. There is a very nice, distinction between, in Hindi, that distinction is there. Vismayata, Vismay hona, and Ascharya hona, Ascharya hona. Ascharya is only applied to the external things. Ascharya means surprise, but wonder is always to the inner things. Even though we use this wonder for external things, it is basically, there's sort of a, it fulfills a certain inquisitiveness. But this true wonder comes when we connect with this inner. And that's wonder sets us on the quest to know it completely, to become completely. And all this starts with the condition, observing the condition. So when we nurture this condition, when meditative state that carries you, I'm reading now, but if you lose the condition by, say, checking your phone immediately after meditation or getting into some useless chit chat, then you revert to the previous state. So it's like drawing a water from a well with a bucket full of holes. By the time you pull up the bucket, it's almost empty. It happens to most of us. We enjoy an excellent condition, and within few hours, what was created is lost. But when you nurture a condition, when you build on that condition and allow a newer condition to descend. So this newer condition is nothing but it's the refinement of what the condition we received before. So it's a continuous refinement. You see, so that's what we are asking for in meditation after meditation. A lot of times, because we lost the condition, the previous condition, there is no refinement. If you don't keep it, if you don't nurture it, then you are recreating the same condition again and again and again. It's like walking on the treadmill. Oh, how many steps I walked? I walked 10,000 steps. But how much distance have you traveled? I'm in the same place. And again, I walk the same 10,000 steps. But here, I mean, you cannot really compare. Spiritual condition is in a different dimension. But what I'm trying to say is, we are there at the same point all the time without this refinement of the condition. The refinement of the condition doesn't happen even if we practice for 100 years, unless we know how to nurture that condition. A lot of times, we wonder ourselves, I'm meditating all the time, but I'm not seeing the kind of growth I'm expecting to see. Reason, we don't know how to nurture this condition. So it does not matter how many years one is practicing, unless we start into this refinement business. And the refinement only happens when we nurture the condition. So a condition is something that you work in and work with, meaning you can work in the peaceful condition created after meditation and stay connected with it throughout the day. So you can also work with peaceful condition and make it grow into harmony and joy. Evolve to a level where on demand you can recall conditions of peace, joy, or any other condition in yourself. So the journey through chakras to the source relies on the condition created in the journey, which serve as the steps to infinity. So in the first chapter, I wrote that heart's inspiration led to feelings, which in turn led to thoughts and actions. But what triggers inspiration in the first place? Conditions. So the condition within triggers inspiration that grow into feelings, thoughts, and actions. Feelings, thoughts, and actions power the transformation engine that helps you design your destiny. At the heart of it, your meditative practice creates conditions that untether your consciousness and help you grow. Help you grow. So we'll read this next session, change your thinking, change your actions, self-transformation. But let's exhaust this topic of, nurturing conditions. So anyone have questions, feedback, comments?
Yes, brother, I do.
Yeah.
So when we have a condition, right?
Yes.
It's not something I can write in the journal. It's just a feeling. And there are no words or vocabulary I had developed,
Yes.
right? So I have to hold on to it by going back to that feeling,
Correct.
correct?
Correct.
So wondering, where does a diary writing, journal writing fit in? I do that. It's just that it's not about the condition, right? It's about whatever you feel, but it's never about, there are no words. Went back in my diary, I have never written down what condition, because there is no way I can describe it.
Yes. So just like how you described it right now, that's how you write in your diary. You can say I have no words for it, I cannot describe, but it is a wonderful feeling. So here the words are not important. But why journal writing? I said this many times. The Chinese proverb, a tree fell in the forest, no one heard it, no tree fell. So when it's the documenting something which I mean, you're going to document something, you're going to put it in your journal after your meditation. In that meditation, we become very vigilant. Because now I'm documenting, it forces our mind to be vigilant. If I know I'm not going to document it, somehow that vigilancy is lost unless you are really, already up there guy. But by writing something, when you know you're going to document something, there is a different level of, observation, witnessing it, right? Suppose if I have to write a summary of what I'm hearing, I'm hearing a lecture. At the end, I'm supposed to write the summary. How do you pay? I mean, let's see the level of attention you pay to that lecture. Same thing when you know you're going to document something, there is a different level of attention we pay in meditation. This diary writing is a very profound and effective method to keep us vigilant, to observe our conditions in meditation.
So most of my diary writing, and this could be wrong as well,
Yeah.
is what's my condition before meditation and after? Typically, usually after meditation, right?
No, those
So
are,
during meditation,
I,
what's that?
sorry, go ahead. I'll tell you. Sorry, it was my reaction. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
No, it's like what happened after? How do I feel afterwards, right? It's not during. During meditation, I'm gone. I don't know where I'm gone, but I'm gone.
Correct. Correct. Okay, so just this is a modern approach. What did I feel before meditation? What did I feel during meditation? What did I feel after meditation? I think for very beginners, those are the guidelines, maybe. But as a regular practitioner, don't worry about it. As a regular practitioner, what did I observe? What did I feel during meditation or after? It doesn't matter when. Okay. But the condition becomes more evident right after I come out of meditation. That is the time, is the most important time. So that's why take 2 or 3, 4 minutes, however you want to, however long you can just keep observing after meditation. Don't do anything. Like Daji is saying, even if you look at the time or look at some message, WhatsApp message, your condition is lost. Give that 2, 3, 4 minutes time after meditation to observe your condition. That's when you exactly know what happened during meditation. But until that point, you don't know what happened in meditation. Suppose you have you fell deep asleep, very deep sleep. You don't think in that deep sleep that you are deep asleep, right? When do you say, today I had a very deep sleep? When you wake up. The condition of that deep sleep you felt only when you wake up. Correct? Same thing here. The condition of deep meditation, you know when you come out of the deep meditation. So that is the most important moment. And we don't want to lose that moment, capture that moment, and that's what you're putting in your journal. Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
Okay. You say any distraction at the end will deprive you of this nurturing. Well, I set a timer usually, for my meditation. So I feel, okay, I put my time in and for my session.
Right.
Now, according to what you're saying, maybe I shouldn't set a timer and just stop when I feel like I'm done. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Don't set your timer. The timer setting is probably for people who feel they cannot meditate for half hour. But once you know you can meditate for half hour, don't set the timer because the timer is a distraction.
Okay.
It's the biggest distraction. And more than your meditation, your attention is on the timer. That's not a good practice at all. A lot of people do it, but I don't recommend it at all. Even for the beginners, I don't recommend it at all. Some people, like they put the instruments to meditate, measure their meditation and all. Once or twice as an experiment, it is a good thing. But if you're doing it as a practice, it's the biggest distraction. Your all attention is what your instrument is going to measure. There's no instrument measures your deeper condition except yourself. So this is all about the self and nurturing, refining that condition every day.
But I
That's
also
where
noticed that,
yeah.
okay, during the meditation, it kind of like goes through different stages and back and forth. And,
Yes,
so there are times where you say, I feel like I'm done. I'm not getting anything more out of it.
correct.
But if you continue, then you feel like you're going down to those depths again and connecting with your higher essence,
Correct.
same way or different way. And you wouldn't know if you said, okay, I feel like I'm done now.
Yeah. True. So it's all varies. Every time, sometimes you do feel like meditating forever. Sometimes we cannot even meditate for a minute. A minute looks longer than hour. So all those things will be there. That
Okay,
basically shows that there is a shift in the condition, which is a good thing, which is absolutely a good thing.
so then when I meditate on my own, I should not use the timer. And when I think I'm finished, that's fine, or go longer and see what happens.
Right.
But when I have guided meditation, then someone else is running the timer.
Yes.
And I don't have to,
Yeah.
concern myself with, okay, am I done yet or not?
Yeah. No, that's fine. It's just all that meditation is a waiting business. We are waiting.
Mhm.
So there is a point we know that it is done. Even when, you observe, even when Daji is giving a session, probably he has given a session for 45 minutes. But at some point, even 10 minutes before you feel you're done, you kind of come to complete aware state. It is done for you, which is okay. And wait another 10 minutes until like in a guided session like that, you wait for Daji to say that's all. Right? So there, that 10 minutes, you got an extra time to nurture that condition. Not necessarily we have to meditate. Correct? So it's all about making use of the time. Like I heard someone say, some past saint say, the greatest thing meditator requires is time in their life. And to have time, you have to be financially solid.
Well, but on the other hand, when I'm done,
Yeah,
I really don't feel like, meditating, much longer.
correct.
In fact, I do it for less than 30 minutes. I usually set my timers to 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's okay. That's
And
okay. Doesn't matter.
but I do find there are instances where
Yeah,
even say it's a 30-minute meditation, I feel like going longer,
yeah.
or 40-minute meditation, I feel like going longer. But many times, I feel like under 20 minutes is my brain starts getting impatient, to do something else.
No, that's fine. It happens. So that's why I'm saying, even when you begin your meditation, to me, meditation means without any constraints. If I put a time constraint, then I'm in trouble. Okay. So don't put the biggest problem for all the meditators is one is their thoughts. Second is the time.
Well, you see, in the very beginning, what they always say, meditate for 20 to 30 minutes. So what do most people do? How do I know it's 20 to 30 minutes? I set a timer.
Yeah, that's right. So the time is a biggest problem. So the time constraint is a biggest problem. So when I'm closing my eyes, I'm going to meditate as long as I can. Okay. See, you will know, right? Suppose you want to walk. Let's say you only walk every day for 1 minute. You yourself know 1 minute is not enough. Correct?
Yes, but
Okay. So
okay,
I mean,
if I go for a walk on my own without distraction,
yeah.
I find, well, okay, I have to, it's more of an effort to walk for, say, 20 minutes or so at a
Correct.
fast pace. However, if I'm on the phone talking to someone, I could walk for 30 minutes and it doesn't feel like it was a strenuous, undertaking.
But here your companion is your own inner self.
Yeah.
And that's the best companion you can have while meditating. But we have never made friendship with that inner companion. We are always external oriented. But once you start connecting with this inner companion, you will never know time. Okay. So we are almost half hour, 30 minutes past.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So I'll stop the recording and then we'll